Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Pop Off the Clock. I'm Brenda.
And I'm Yoseline. I don't know why I thought you were going to say your last name, so I gave you some space there, but we just go by first names here. Thanks for joining us. Another week. We're here to talk about all entertainment news and what has happened in the last week.
And what you've been scrolling on through your For You pages, we have been scrolling that too.
With
and I've been
you.
seeing a lot of Glastonbury, Olivia Rodrigo killing it. So we're going to go over that music festival that's across the pond. Very different from the music festivals we have here in the States.
Yes, very
and I like
different.
it a lot more over there.
And we're kind of staying across the pond in other parts of Europe. We're continuing to talk about Jeff Bezos' wedding. We got a preview last weekend when we shot. People were barely arriving, and now we're getting to know what really happened that weekend and a little bit of the controversy. Not controversy, I guess backlash that the wedding is receiving.
A Vogue spread. There was a Vogue spread right off the bat, so that was interesting as well. And you know, it's a show that we're obsessed with. I've come to love thanks to Yoseline. The Mormon Wives had their reunion for season 2, so we're going to check in on how they're doing and see how Nick Viall did as a host.
Yeah, I didn't watch it, but I
watched it.
You did?
I did.
Is it good though? Is it worth my time?
We'll get into it.
We'll get into it. But before we get that, let's talk about what we've been up to this week, what we did last weekend.
Yoseline, kick it off.
Yeah, because I always forget what I did.
It's fresh in your mind.
It's fresh in my mind. I actually went out to a bar. Whoa, I haven't done that in a while. I usually don't go out or have the energy to experience that. But yeah, we celebrated a friend, Rebecca. She likes to go by Rebecca. Her birthday. Chloe and I joined her along with David, who also works with us, and then another friend, Jackie. We got to celebrate her, and I went downtown. I hadn't been there in a while. It was chill. I mean, it was really humid and hot, and I ran errands earlier in the day, so I just feel like I never cooled off. Aside from that, the work week has just been busy because it is a holiday weekend, and when you do administrative stuff, everything's due earlier when the week kind of wraps up on a holiday because everyone goes home by Thursday at, let's be real, no one comes back after lunch probably. So they're all checked out. So I had a jam, cramp, any paperwork, anything that I needed to get in. But yeah, that's been my week. How about yours?
It was good. I didn't do a whole lot, just hung out with friends. Continue to watch Love Island. That's my jam right now. It's my appointment TV. Yeah, nothing really. It's just kind of getting ready for this weekend. I'm going to go out of town, have a 3-day weekend. I'm so excited. Going to hang out with some friends again and probably watch Love Island.
Just going
same
out
old,
of the
same
area.
old, just somewhere else.
Fair.
Basically.
You know what? You have to do what you have to do to be.
Yeah,
to enjoy that.
I'm excited for it, but that's what's going on in our lives. Now let's see what's going on in everyone's lives.
In richer, prettier people. What's happening in their lives?
The lives of the rich and famous.
Yes. So let's talk straight Hollywood. This is the most Hollywood story I think we've read in a while. Hollywood Walk of Fame class is announced. Basically, a new group of stars will be leaving their mark on the sidewalks of Tinseltown next year. The Hollywood Chamber of Commerce announced the 2026 Hollywood Walk of Fame class on Wednesday, featuring a star-studded lineup. The list of 35 included many famous faces, such as Demi Moore, Timothée Chalamet, Shaquille O'Neal. The honorees are selected from hundreds of nominations and also include Miley Cyrus, Rachel McAdams, and Sarah Michelle Gellar. And yeah, they're getting their stars on there. I love to see Miley on there and Demi.
I know. I saw that Miley is, I don't know how accurate that headline was, that she's the first person born in the 1990s to get a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Which I don't know if that's accurate or not. Because I'm like, what year was Timothée Chalamet
2000s?
born? I don't know. Wow. It's interesting.
Yeah.
But good for them. I'm surprised Sarah Michelle Gellar, it took her this long. But, I'm always curious, like, how many submissions, well, you said how many
hundreds,
they
just say
like,
hundreds.
How do they narrow it down, or like how many years have they been submitted for? Like, I don't know. It's just,
I know there's like a qualification list, but it's not that it's easy to meet, but it's reachable.
Who got recently a star that I was like, really? Why?
It was something like super random.
That's why I'm like, the fact that...
Like, I think Kim Kardashian got one.
Oh, really?
I know, like, Ryan Seacrest has one.
Oh, okay.
but I'm pretty sure it either has to do with current relevance or legacy.
Okay.
Like, I think Sarah Michelle Gellar, it's like, well,
she
this
was
is
like Buffy the Vampire
yeah, she was
Slayer.
like the it girl. Okay, I think enough time has passed that we could honor for her legacy. Where someone like Timothy, it's like you're getting it because you're the it boy right now.
Yeah.
I think that probably has, and like Rachel McAdams too. That's kind of
I love Rachel McAdams.
there. But yeah, so congratulations to them. We're probably going to be rolling out those stories throughout the next year.
Yeah.
I think it might kick off with Miley Cyrus. If
I would love
it's
that.
true that she will be the first one in the 90s, that means she's probably one of the first ones. Because I'm pretty sure maybe like, oh no, Rachel McAdams is
probably weren't in the 80s.
But yeah, moving on to another fun story that's coming out is that Lorde is finally back as Virgin. The title of her album has been released this week. The New Zealand superstar, first album in nearly 4 years, officially hit Spotify and all those good platforms. I started listening into it.
I listened to it too. I listened to it through once. I thought it had a couple good songs.
Yeah, and they're like the song "Man of the Year" is obviously popping off on TikTok and also Hammered. So it's doing the single round where I think, in my opinion, as a listener, once I hear or like
you have to listen to it a couple times.
It is very Lorde,
but it's gotten like a lot of good praise. So congrats to Lorde.
I like it.
But also there's that drama, I don't know if you've seen it online, where the producer of this album, I don't know if they're in a relationship or not, but his ex-girlfriend, who's also a musician, she posted on TikTok to the Man of the Year song, when your ex leaves you for the person that they said not to worry about, and then they get together. So it's speculation that she allegedly cheated with this producer, which is very similar to the whole Jack Antonoff, Lena Dunham thing. So I don't know. That's just a lot
of cryptic messages online I see there. A big step for one of our favorite couples happened this week. Kylie Jenner now follows Timothée Chalamet on Instagram. After dating for over 2 years, Jenner added Chalamet's verified account @TChalamet on her list of follows, which she only follows 119 accounts. However, he does not follow her back.
Does he follow anybody?
I don't think he does.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I like it when people don't follow people. I'm just like, it's so mysterious. Like, they're like, I don't want to follow.
But I'm happy. That
her.
Makes me think that they're like happier than ever. She actually recently posted a video of, did you see of Stormy giving her like attitude about something?
Oh.
But she's so cute.
Stormy's beautiful. She's a beautiful little kid. She's going to be gorgeous one day.
No, she's going to be
a model. Watch.
Just like
Mark my words. Like Auntie Kenny.
Auntie Kenny. Someone else that, is I think this is our favorite couple, where Kylie and Timothy are one of. This is our favorite. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce were spotted on a lunch date in Ohio. Oh, she wore a white blouse and a tan pleated skirt hours before the photo surfaced. A source spoke to people about how the couple's relationship has changed over the past few weeks. According to this insider telling People, Swift and Kelce reached a turning point and described how their downtime has altered their bond, like they're closer than ever.
That's good.
Yeah, it's good right before football season.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna get an album soon.
I think it might be his last season.
Yes.
And yeah, I read somewhere in those like random sharing tweets that she could be gearing up for the end of the year to release an album.
I heard that too.
Which I'm excited for. If we're not gonna get Reputation.
I don't even want to talk about that.
I hope that she just releases the Vault songs on its own and then another album.
Maybe like in October, really get into that Halloween spirit with Vault songs of Reputation. But yeah, we're still pending Reputation. We're still pending Debut, which I really do believe she's going to release Debut because she said she's really happy with the re-recording of it. But
going strong.
I wonder why they went to Ohio though.
I don't know, but weren't they like in New York a couple days prior? They've just been all over the map.
Like one does. New York, Ohio.
Why not?
Why not?
They're the same.
They're the same. Let's jump to this one just because another relationship news. Post Malone is back on the market because he's no longer in a relationship with Christy Lee, TMZ is reporting. Sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ the former couple called it quits a little under a month ago after being together romantically since the start of the year. It's unclear whether the pair remains friendly in terms. This relationship surfaced kind of out of nowhere because he had a long-term girlfriend that was pregnant, I believe.
Oh.
Maybe not pregnant, but he had like a...
Weren't they engaged or something?
Something like that. Oh, engaged. It was engaged. That was something big. And yeah, he kind of randomly ended it with her, and then it was seen with this girl, Christy Lee, and now they're not together. Unfortunately. That sucks.
It happens.
Post Malone is on the market, though.
Oh, okay.
No.
I'm good, thank you.
All right. You know who's also good? Candace Owen, apparently. So this kind of has two parts to the story. So Paris Hilton and Candace Owen subpoenaed in Baldoni versus Lively lawsuit. So Blake Lively has issued subpoenas to content creators Perez Hilton and Candace Owens, as well as Andy Signor, in her legal battle between Justin Baldoni. Online commentator Owens said in a statement that she has not the slightest idea as to why she would be subpoenaed. People believe it has correlation to her claims that Baldoni's team used people for campaign smear against Blake Lively. And if you look back, obviously Hilton and Owens have been one of the most critical people against Lively during this whole thing. However, as of Thursday evening, both parties, such as Hilton and Owen, have denied receiving any legal documents as of yet.
Oh, okay. I saw a video that she had posted on her thing.
Yeah, she basically was just in that video. She said that she has not received a subpoena, but she has nothing to hide, and showed her text messages to her viewers. But again, like, if there is any like thing, she could hide it. It's not like legally she's being held.
I saw a different video then. It was one where she was like, I'm assuming that they want to get. So they made a tip line for people to send in tips, and she was like, it was flooded with messages from like, you know, teachers and stuff like that. She was like, I don't know if that's what they want access to or
that would make sense, because they could probably trace back if an agency or someone that works with an agency was
sending in tips into the thing. So I don't know. But I'm like, Blake Lively, like, just like stop. You already kind of like won a few things, like.
Yeah.
You're really like, trying to ruin your reputation, like, really bad.
We're trying to save it. Like, it's not saving it. Let's now head over to Houston, Texas, because during a recent visit there by Beyonce, during her Cowboy Carter tour stop, she experienced a technical malfunction involving a suspended red car prop during the performance of 16 Carriages. The car began to tilt while she was seated on it, leading her to cause the show to ask for it to be lowered. Of course, those images quickly went viral online.
It was so scary. Imagine, like, you know, I don't know. That's just scary. Like, I don't know how high up it is, but like I'm sure people are gonna catch her. But like the fall and like,
you know what I was more worried about? Obviously, it's like embarrassing if she falls in the videos that come out of it, but she obviously doesn't know what's going on, so she might have had the fear that the car was gonna fall.
Oh yeah, that too as well. Like imagine a car falling on people. Like that's crazy.
No, but it quickly.
She got down safely.
Now the real question is, did someone get fired?
Oh, I'm sure.
Did someone get fired? And then we also have on the headlines another superstar, Beyonce level. I think the Beyonce of just being an amazing actress, in my opinion, Charlize Theron. She's on Call Her Daddy. I just always forget how much, like, I love her.
Charlize Theron, yeah.
Yeah, like, I think she is
I really do want to watch it. I just haven't had time to watch.
Yeah, I'm like 10 minutes away from finishing it.
Oh, really? How was it?
It was really good. Like, I knew she had a tough childhood, but I guess I never, like, correlated how traumatic it was that her dad was an alcoholic, and because of it he like lost his life when she was like very young, and so her mom kind of became like, well, not kind of, well, she says kind of, because she felt that her mom was always a single mom because her dad was just not present, but once he died it became like a big thing, and she just looked up to people who really were confident even with their flaws, because she said she felt she hid that a lot. And she talks about like how people need to understand that she chooses to be single right now. Like there's this stigma of someone her age, there must be something wrong with her. But she's like, do you know how amazing it is not having to like run by anything to my guy, that I don't have to like share my kids, because she has kids and she decided to have kids as a single mom. She's like that I don't have to share them, like I don't have to share a closet, I don't have to do anything. She's like, obviously we'll find out if this is causing my kids any mental damage, because they're not, they too have a single mom, but it's such a different complete situation that my mom did. And she talks about the importance of therapy. She talks about being on dating apps, or just dating in general, and how she doesn't even feel comfortable dating as long as she has her daughters living in her house, like stuff like that, but how fun it is. And she has a potty mouth, so she curses a lot. I think it was a little toned down, but they talk about how they both curse a lot, and she looks up a lot. She says that she was a big fan of Alex Cooper. She's like, I always watch your shows, and then she's like, and then I watched your documentary. And she was just like, even though we didn't have the same trauma, like we went through trauma, and I think it's very.
I saw a little clip of her describing a moment where she went to like a director or somebody's house, and she felt like it was weird.
Yeah, it was basically the Me Too stuff, and it's really good. It's like she was young and all that. You know, she kind of talks about. Well, she also talks about she went to Hollywood at 15, so her mom was, or 15 or 17, I don't remember. Her mom was like, here's a ticket to America, because she's from South Africa. Here's the ticket to America. Figure it out, be an actress. And that she stayed in, and she overstayed her visit in a a tourist visa. Yeah, it's really good. It's really long though. Really? It is like an hour and 30 or an hour 40.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's pretty up there.
Oh wow. That's a
so it is. But if you like her, and obviously the Alex
That's such a big heavy hitter.
No. Oh, and then she talks about she says something funny about how like dating, and she's like, I won an Oscar. Like, I've made it. Like, what are you bringing to the table? Like, what are you bringing to my relationship? Exactly. It's pretty spot on. I forget how cool she is, just because she is so quiet and very keeps to herself and not controversial. She's not like out partying. But yeah, love her. We are also getting footage of Justin and Haley. They're dancing off the drama because they've been spotted in LA looking all loved up and carefree, shutting down all those marriage rumors one groove at a time. Well, a fan captured a clip of Justin and Haley as they were straight up vibing at, I know Chloe's gonna kill me. It's like Martin Garrix. Who's that? Is he a DJ, right?
Yeah.
Okay, his concert in LA. The video is pretty cute.
Yeah, they're cute.
It is.
They're cute, and then he just has to take his shirt off.
Standing on business.
I know, right? I love that he started sharing all of those memes.
Yeah.
Standing on business stuff. I love it. I love it.
Some good news in the movie Atmosphere. So we have Devil Wears Prada 2 is officially in production, with filming starting this week. The sequel will see the return of Meryl Streep, Anne Hathaway, Emily Blunt, and Stanley Tucci. Woo! I love Stanley Tucci. The movie is set to be released in May of 2026. So this is awesome.
No, Adrian Grenier. Sorry, you're the villain.
Yeah, he's the villain. But it kind of reminds me of Anne Hathaway. She shot that movie. What's the movie she just shot with the book?
I forgot what it's called, but it was on Amazon.
No, the one that she saw is the Colleen Hoover. Verity. It was so quick. Like, it was shot in. I think this is gonna be like that. They're just gonna go in, shoot, and come back out. And I'm so excited for it.
I love The Devil Wears Prada. I'm just like, what's the plot? I want to know.
Yeah, and the fact that it's all 4 of them, the original cast, is amazing. We're also getting first images of the Odyssey's poster. We've been following that along. We got images of the people actually on location. It's star-studded. It has Matt Damon, Zendaya. It has Tom Holland. I can't think of it.
It has literally every big hitter you can think of.
Yeah. So again, I love the Odyssey.
Did you see the photos of them in character?
Just Matt.
So there's Tom Holland and this other guy. I forgot his name, but you kind of just see them in their character. I'm hearing a lot that, I don't know how accurate this is, but that Tom Holland's performance in this is going to be spectacular.
Really?
Yeah.
We love that for Tom Holland.
I know. I feel like it's always, You know, when you get stuck into that whole superhero thing,
Yes.
I feel like you're considered like that lane of actor. So I'm really excited for him to kind of be more of a actor of the has longevity.
Yeah, and the poster did have the date on it. It's going to be coming out next summer, July. So I'll be there. I'm going to try to reread the Odyssey.
Is it a long book?
Yeah.
I'm like, should I read it or just
So
wait for
I
the
read
movie?
it for school. Well, I've always watched the movie since I was little. And then I read the book for school, but it was for college. But it was very much broken down in I think just passages. But this is translated literature. There is a new translation. Only one woman has ever translated the Odyssey. I want to say her name's either Elizabeth or Emily Wilson. I know it's Wilson. I want to get her copy and her interpretation. But I'd love to read it before it comes out, just to
have a year.
Have a year, I know. I tried reading other book and I was just falling asleep. I just can't. Right now, I'm not in my reading phase. But sticking with Tom Holland, actually, he's in the short list to become the next 007. So several actors are being discussed as potential replacements for Daniel Craig as James Bond, with Aaron Taylor-Johnson, Henry Cavill, Jacob Elordi being frequently mentioned as frontrunners. Other actors also allegedly on the list. We have Tom Holland, we have Regis Jean-Pierre, and Tom Hardy, and Idris Elba have also been popular choices. The casting process is ongoing, though. We do know that Amazon MGM Studios now has creative control, potentially influencing that direction. The reason why this is back on the headlines is because of Amazon really moving forward with the green lighting of the series.
They already hired the director. It's going to be Dennis, is it Villanueva?
Something, yeah, I don't remember.
Something with a V.
Yeah, so that's why they're like, oh, we're going to get the name. Because it also makes me think there's must be top 3, top 5, because negotiation probably isn't going to be something that's fast, because whoever gets chosen, you're literally committing to kind of embodying this character for the next couple years. So, bless you.
Sorry, I've never sneezed on camera ever in my life. I've always been curious what it would be like.
Clipping it, putting it on TikTok.
Sorry. I covered my nose, I
No,
believe,
that's so funny. That's so funny.
Wow.
So you're like,
I was like starting to feel it, and I'm like, no, it's gonna go away. It's gonna go away.
It didn't. Now we know. You guys all get to witness
The first time I
Brenda's first sneeze on live, or not live, but on air recording.
Wow.
That's amazing.
I feel
historical. Well, that's good. It's always good.
But I'm excited to see this new version of James Bond. I feel like, you know, every kind of generation has their James Bond. So I'm excited for the young people to have their. I mean, I love Daniel Craig. Right?
Yeah.
It was Daniel Craig. I loved him as James Bond, but I feel like that's like
we also got like the other guy. Who was the guy? Pierce
Brosnan.
We kind of got at the tail end of him.
Yeah.
All of Daniel, but I feel like we weren't really in the age group. But now I feel like the new person might be too young. Like,
oh, true.
Like, you know, they missed us. That always happens. But what is set to move forward is Marvel Phase 6. That's set to change everything for the MCU. This new era includes the introduction of some major characters like Fantastic Four, Robert Downey Jr. returning to play supervillain Dr. Doom, and the biggest superhero reunion to date. So get ready for what might be the most crucial chapter, allegedly, in this franchise's history. Following the release of Thunderbolts, aka the New Avengers, so far Disney Plus has come out with series such as Ironheart, and now that new phase will start with Fantastic Four: The First Steps, which includes then, right after, Avengers Doomsday, Spider-Man 4, and Avengers Secret Wars. And I'm an MCU girl, but I just have not been on it.
So we were talking about that during our little lunch thing. Like, yeah, the MCU I haven't really been into it. I didn't really watch a lot of the Disney series they have, like Hawkeye or the Loki one. I couldn't get into. I don't know. I'm just like, we'll see how it goes.
So, She-Hulk took me 2 tries to get into it, but then I really liked it. Loki finished season 1, never even came back for season 2.
Oh, really?
Hawkeye, I really like it. Then I tried watching Moon Knight. When I tell you,
Moon Knight. Yes,
I would
think
fall
I tried watching that
asleep
one.
in every single
Really?
episode. Then I was not going to do Werewolf, as I think that's what it's called, Werewolf, because I don't really like black and white stuff. And then I didn't even know they had Ironheart out.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I think.
Is that a new hero?
I think it deals. If anyone in the back knows, just tell me. But I think it deals with Iron Man's daughter. I could be wrong. I don't know. I haven't even looked into it. That's so bad. But I did watch Agatha.
Yes, I need to watch
that up.
that one.
I ate that up.
I still need to
you
watch
still
that
haven't?
one.
Oh my God, you're gonna love it.
I still haven't watched it.
You need to watch it once it gets a little bit more fall.
I keep forgetting about it. Like I know during the fall you're like watch it, and I was gonna, but then I completely
watch it in
forgot
October.
about it.
If you haven't seen it, just watch it in October. I don't think there's gonna be a second season. I think it was a standalone to help the bigger picture of the new Avengers that are coming in.
So they're gonna be new Avengers, right?
Yeah, so they're younger.
Oh, okay.
So right now, Thunderbolt became the new Avengers, but I know there's the young Avengers that include like the kids of Wanda, the kids of Ant-Man, the daughter of Ant-Man, and then who else am I missing? Oh, like Black Panther, the sister that she took over. Haley.
I was gonna say, is
Haley
Steinfeld?
Sochi. She's Miss.
What was she? I forgot
What's Sochi's character's name? I forgot, but also Miss Marvel. So there's like that young generation needs to become their thing. But yeah, that's basically it with that. But we have some. I don't know if you watch Squid Games.
Yes.
Well, the final scene of Netflix.
You're asking me.
Yeah, I did. The final scene of Netflix #1 global hit series ended with a stare between the Korean student's antagonist and the front man, and an unexpected character, a Los Angeles recruiter for an American version of the.
Wait, is that the end of this new season?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna say who. Yeah.
Like I did not watch it.
Do you watch it though?
Finished. Yeah, I do, but I didn't. It was hard for me to get into this new season.
Okay. That happens, but there's like some character things I'm not bringing up.
Oh, okay. Did you watch it?
No, I've never watched it.
You've never seen Squid Games?
No.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, guys.
Okay, sorry.
So you see an appearance of Cate Blanchett, and it's leaves you in a.
That's why I keep seeing her everywhere.
So it just leaves you at a cliffhanger, but the showrunner says that as of now, they don't really know what's happening, and that if there is an American version, he'd be happy to watch. That's all he said.
Oh, okay.
So it would be a Netflix taking the storyline and taking it, and nothing has been confirmed. I would assume just because you paid Cate Blanchett to show up there, I don't know.
She's gonna say yes. Get her.
I know that's a little weird to me, or unless you just want to be like super cool and like not.
I think. Well, I don't know.
Continue the story, but have a cool ending.
I need to see how this season ends to be like, yeah, it's worth it, or no, it's not. Because
but it would be like
watching the beginning of this. Yeah, it's gonna be
a complete spin-off, like the same premise of this. I don't even know what the premise of a Squid Game is, but just with Americans.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because right now it's like a competition between people in, I'm assuming Korea, because they speak Korean.
Yeah.
And so okay. Now I know kind of what to expect in this series finale. I believe it's the end of the series.
It is series.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's basically it. And then we're gonna wrap up with reality. Just a little update on some Bachelor Nation drama, which Grant Elise and Juliana Pascarosa, they split up. We reported that the last episode that they were the latest Bachelor couple to call it in. Well, apparently during that, Grant has ruffled some feathers with his exes when he claimed that he wasn't looking to rekindle a relationship with any of them. Fans took to TikTok to quip that his exes weren't even interested in getting back together with him in the place, which second runner-up Zoe McGrady reposted. Grant appeared to react to her reshare in a since deleted TikTok, which then led to a back and forth between the exes amid the drama of all that.
It's just drama. That Zoe girl's basically like, you didn't even really defend us a lot of the times, so like we're not interested in you at all. Yeah, no, I'm not really a fan of Grant, but it's so interesting, like you know, how social media plays a factor in all these contestants now. And I saw his apology video, and I'm like, I could have done better. But
you could have done better.
Yeah.
I just remembered our last story that we did want to talk about, and I don't know why I keep forgetting it, because I literally live and breathe for these TikToks of Rachel Zegler. On the West End in London. She is portraying Maria and Evita, and let me tell you that I do not skip on any of those TikTok videos. So if you are familiar with the storyline of Evita, it follows, I forgot her last name.
The wife of a president.
But it's like Maria something. And a long time ago, Madonna played this part on TV. Patti LuPone played this character in Broadway. So it is a reprisal of this Broadway show, and it was, you know, starring now Rachel Zegler. It is in the West End, which is the equivalent to Broadway in London. It is a very, very unique twist that this director is implementing it. There's this huge scene where the main character starts from rags and she leads to riches, and she sings this very famous song, Don't Cry for Me, Argentina, or Argentina, how Rachel says it. And she's basically singing to the crowd of like the poor people of Argentina, being like, I was one of you, like I'm here, yeah, you see me with all these jewels, but like I'm here fighting for you inside, whatever. They have added to the play that each night Rachel Zegler goes to the balcony of the actual Broadway, like the theater, and sings to the streets of London. And it is then televised to the audience inside. A lot of people saying that it's so symbolic that this story about rags to riches, and I guess the peak of the storyline, what people are paying to see is her perform this world-renowned song. She's actually outside singing it to people that don't have to pay a ticket to see it. It's very much
but that's such good advertising, because that makes me want to go in and see it.
So obviously people knew this was happening because there was rehearsals, yada, yada, yada. Every night since the grand opening, that crowd on the London street is growing and growing and growing and growing. And if you have the opportunity to see a video of Rachel Zegler singing this song, watch the whole thing. It is so beautiful. It just reminds me of how talented she was.
She deserves to be on Broadway.
Yeah.
Not movies.
No, yeah.
They don't just, like, I don't know. It's like, even some of the videos that I saw, everyone was quiet. Like, you rarely hear, like, anybody, like, making a ruckus and stuff. And it's just, like, mesmerizing.
Yeah.
I really like this director because I feel like, what do you take, like, a basic, you know, Broadway plays that's it's so formulaic, like how do you make it interesting and more like modern? And it's like using, like, I love that concept. He's also behind Sunset Boulevard, where they do that scene where they walk through Broadway with the I think that's so like, it's so clever.
It's like taking things up to the next level.
Yeah, no, I think Rachel Zegler is like gonna be a legend. In the future, like a Broadway legend. I think that her voice is just, to be able to project, like you are singing to a crowd of people with just your voice. You don't have, well, you have a microphone, but I'm sure that the people that are in the audience are hearing it and not like the actual public. Her projection, the way that she's able to speak so clearly when she sings, I don't know. I think that she's doing incredible. So
she is. She made her Broadway debut, I believe, at the beginning of the year, towards the end of last year. And so now she's on the West End, which is the equivalent to Broadway again in London. So, you know, this Snow White controversy did not slow her down. And it really is, like, if you have talent, it's kind of like the Lea Michele thing. Like, you might hate her, but
she's got talent.
She's got talent.
I just don't think that she is a movie. I think she can be a movie star, but I think that she's more of a Broadway star.
A performer. With this, you know, her name being in so many headlines regarding Evita, she is now rumored to be getting her shoulder tapped to take on Phantom of the Opera, the remake, or the you know, a remastered version, and it's under Disney's like catalog, which is a little weird, but she's being eyed to star.
Like for a movie?
I don't know if it would be, it says Disney Plus, so I'm pretty sure they're going to do a movie or you know when they do like the Hamilton thing?
Yeah.
Like where they record the show and then just, I don't know. But she is.
Like she really needs to rethink about her connections with Disney, because if I had literally like the owners being like, yeah, this girl ruined everything, I would really question whether I'd want to work with them again.
So she's up there, and I think she would do that role as well very much, like so much justice. But yeah, that's a look at our.
Want me to do my?
Oh yeah, your bombshell recap.
Time for another Love Island recap. This week, when I had last seen you guys, we were seeing both Nick and Alandria, some of the OGs, race off into a car together. The Nick Alandria fans, we had our moment. Nick and Alandria had their little connection. They soon realized that it really wasn't there. Nick was still into Sierra. Alandria still has a thing for Taylor, even though Taylor decided to lock in with Clark. He decided to vote for her, essentially kind of kicking off Alandria, but the Islanders decided to save her. A lot has gone on, but I'm just going to kind of get to the root of the drama right now. A lot of the people, including myself, are not very happy with some of the cast members, the OGs, just because there's a lot of like mean girl energy right now. I wasn't a fan of Huda in the beginning. Hurricane Huda was a lot, but these OGs have me being a big fan of Huda now. Because in this last episode, these last few episodes, they've just been kind of cruel to Huda, and it's just such mean girl behavior. Shelley, Sierra, and Alandria, I'm not fans of them. I'm not fans of Nick and Ace. I've never been a fan of Ace, but you know, yeah, and the audience is seeing it. Sierra was doing really well social media wise. She was one of the most followed Love Islanders, and she's lost like maybe 200,000 followers since this last episode, along with Shelley and Alandria. They've been losing followers quick. But Amaya Papaya, my girl Amaya, she has hit 1 million followers as well as Huda. And so I'm excited to see how Huda's journey, she's been kind of trying to grow a lot more in this experience. I really appreciate how Chris is being like, this is my girl, this is a girl I'm going to stick with. I'm hoping that Shelley, Sierra, and Alandria kind of change their tune, because right now I'm really not a fan of them. But that's just kind of what's going on in Love Island.
Thanks for the recap, Brenda.
You're welcome.
I had seen the girl drop the followings, like that was most of my algorithm, but I like obviously didn't understand why.
It's just like, I don't know, you could feel like the mean girl kind of behavior. They're kind of like picking on, like, I mean, Huda, like, I can tell the Islanders aren't the biggest fan of her, but some of the people that have already left the island, they're like, oh, that she was the nicest to me. It was the other girls that are always very standoffish, or like, we're too cool for you type of girls. And I'm like, yeah, you're starting to kind of see their colors there.
Yikes. Big yikes. But yeah, let's move on to our big headlines. I'll just because we're talking about Love Island reality, let's go straight to our Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. We knew that a reunion special was going to premiere. It premiered this week, hosted by Nick Viall, and it features never-before-seen footage, a surprise announcement, and a chance for the cast to address all the season's drama. Very notably, and we mentioned this before, Demi was not present. She later, put on social media the reason she wasn't at the taping was because she had a pre-planned Disney trip with her family. But you watched it. What was your takeaway?
It was very much not really addressing anything, I feel. I don't know, trigger warning, there was a lot of deep things that they spoke about. Sort of, what's her name? The girl that's just kind of there a lot of the times.
Taylor? No. Oh my God, what's her name?
She had that boyfriend that they broke up. She has a kid.
Yeah. I know exactly.
The end of Marciano. Yeah. She's the one that spoke to Marciano.
Yeah, it's not Lana. What's her name? That's
Layla?
So Layla.
Okay.
I'm like, Lana?
Layla revealed that she was suicidal at some points in her life.
Oh, okay. I thought
we hear more from Whitney's husband about what was going on at that time. He mentioned, sexual abuse at a young age, and then sort of what's her name? Michaela kind of spoke about that as well.
She talked
so
about
there was
that.
like very deep conversations within this episode, as well as like Dakota and Taylor kind of speaking on their relationship as well. It was just very like emotionally charged.
Because Nick is the right person for that.
Yeah, I don't know. He actually didn't do a bad job. I think he did a decent job, but I just don't like Nick Viall, if I'm being honest. He just kind of irritates me. Whitney was starting to feel like a lot of the questions were being like digged at her, which I kind of saw it too, but I'm like, Whitney, you kind of deserve it. Yeah, I don't know. I can't really say that I took anything major from it. They did kind of play the audio of Demi and her husband speaking to Jen and her husband kind of about the whole Jesse thing and, you know, she should take this contract or whatever. And, you know, Jen kind of being like, oh yeah, after that, they kind of sued us to not speak about the whole situation. I don't know. It was just very kind of surface level. I feel like there wasn't any digging deep on certain things. I mean, Jessie still hasn't spoken about what happened to her and Marciano because she's like, I can't really say anything because it's going to be in season 3. And I'm like, then what the hell is the point of all of this,
Did they
honestly?
give a date for like the next?
No, they didn't. The biggest reveal was that Jen and Whitney are going to be on Dancing with the Stars, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah.
So I was like extremely it was almost a 2-hour reunion, and I feel like I gained nothing from it.
Oh, I'm still gonna watch it, but good to know that I'm not gonna. I was actually
you don't pay attention the whole time.
Yeah, like I was surprised that nothing on my algorithm was like popping out like a fight, something like.
It's because really like it was
jaw dropping. That's why when you're like, I watched it, I'm like, July 1st, it already came out.
No,
what
yeah,
the
I watched
heck?
it that night because it was already posted that night, and I'm like, you know what, might as well get out of the way. It's 2 hours of my life. Yeah,
Yes.
2 hours of my life I can't get back, honestly.
But the big announcement, we know now that Whitney and Jen.
Be competing, going head
Dancing
to head
with the Stars, and I will say Whitney knows how to dance.
She does.
She does.
It was so funny to me because at first it was like Nick was like, I have a big announcement to make. Jen made it on Dancing with the Stars, and everyone was like, woo, go Jen. And Whitney's like, congrats, Jen. And he was like, I have another announcement. And then it was like, Whitney, you're going to do it too. She was like, oh my God.
She didn't know?
No, they revealed it during the
okay.
thing, but like, everyone thought it was just going to be Jen. So it was kind of awkward because they're like, who would want to do it? And they're like, obviously Jen Whitney wants to do it. But when Jen got it, it was kind of like awkward. But then Whitney got it.
Did anyone else would want to do it? I don't think so.
No, I think it was just them two. Like apparently Jen has been wanting to do it. Like when they asked her like, what is one thing you want to accomplish? She was like, I want to be on Dancing with the Stars.
Didn't she just have her baby too?
She just had her baby.
Okay.
Yeah, she I don't know if her water broke or when she got during her nail appointment.
Yes.
But she had her little baby girl.
How fun. So I'll be for sure watching Dancing with the Stars. I think Whitney will, the only thing, I always say here for Whitney is like, I love TikTok Whitney. I hate Mormon wife Whitney. So hopefully her TikTok followers can support her on Dancing with the Stars.
I'm just curious who the rest of the cast is. I feel like they're like slowly revealing at random points who's gonna be. Just like tell us, like nobody cares.
Yeah, at this point, they have a good lineup.
Yeah, it's like every like event, it's like randomly like, oh, this person's gonna be in. Like just tell us.
I need to check the start date for Dancing with the Stars. I know it's coming
up. Usually like September, October time.
Yeah, for the fall. Well, speaking of, we teased it in the beginning. Let's talk about Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez. Bezos now just pulled off what might be the most extravagant celebration of love we've seen all summer. Held in the impossibly romantic city of Venice with multiple day wedding extravaganzas was luxurious with legendary guest lists, legit heartfelt vibes. So we mentioned it last week when people started to arrive about like their invite and all this stuff and how not cute it was and yada yada. I think they did end up sharing their invite because of the backlash they were receiving regarding like, you know, this luxurious weekend and this money being spent, because in their invite tells people like, we are giving back to the city. People that guests are asked to donate to these like couple foundations that are local there. So that's one thing. We obviously got a bigger picture of what celebrities were there. We talked about the Kar-Jenners, like all of them were there except for Kourtney. We saw Tom Brady. We saw Orlando Bloom without Katy Perry. Eva Longoria was not there, but she is friends with Lauren.
Sydney Sweeney was there for some reason. Like, why are you there?
Yeah, it's so weird. Carly Kloss, Ivanka Trump, and their respective partners. So it was very, Oprah, Gail, Sofia Vergara was also there. It was just like these started like affair. However, short guest list. We knew it was like 250.
I'm just like, what, Sydney Sweeney is your closest friend? Like, get the heck out of here. Like, that's so dumb to me.
And then we found out that they got a spread, you know, their wedding came out on Vogue. It came out the same day or like the night
Literally
of.
like the hour that she got married.
Yeah, so that makes me think they did a photo shoot with her dress beforehand. I like the dress. I didn't picture her in that dress necessarily.
I've seen nicer lace dresses.
Yeah, I think it was. I just thought it wasn't her. Like,
I'm like, for being like a billionaire, that's what
I thought it was very like it was okay. I thought it was very Dolce & Gabbana, which is the designer. I just never thought she would have picked that design.
It was just kind of not.
I will say, I saw a picture of Kim wearing a white dress at the wedding. Is that a real picture?
I have no idea.
She's wearing like a white ball gown.
Really?
And then Kylie's wearing a silver dress, but it's so like silver, like platinum, that it almost looks white.
I mean, they're probably just happy that anybody showed up.
Yeah.
Especially celebrities. Honestly, the dress matched the invitation.
Yeah, so it's pretty interesting to see that go down. Not a lot of things happen.
I love the boycotting on the streets. That was fun to watch.
I think for me, the boycotting in the streets, but then we got to see Orlando Bloom walking the streets of Venice the day after, and he was next to Sydney Sweeney. So of course, that did not.
I bet all of the men were super happy that she was there. So like the Tom Brady's, Orlando Bloom.
So they were saying that she was close to Tom Brady at the wedding, but then she was seen the next day walking around with Orlando Bloom. And then I heard something weird on the blind items. You guys could Google that. Mm-hmm.
I just like still like, please somebody explain to me why that woman is there. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah,
it like, you know, pick an it girl, whoever's the it girl right now.
Because I see the connection, like why Lauren is friends with like Sophia, Eva, the Jenners, Kim. We have Oprah. We have actually physically seen them have dinner together, but I've never seen her with.
Especially Jeff Bezos, like
that was his.
Whose friend, whose side of the family is she on?
But yeah, that was it. You know, maybe they're very thankful that. Those were their headlines. It wasn't really much that controversial, except for like the stuff. But and then our final story, we have Glastonbury, not Bury. So Glastonbury wasn't short on celebrities this year. If you know, this is a world-renowned music festival in England. Paul Mescal was out there, with Gracie Adams, who made her debut.
Abrams.
What did I say? A.B.?
Adams?
I don't know why I always say that. I always say Gracie Abrams, who made her debut performance at the festival, went Instagram story official as well with the Gladiator star, shoulder to shoulder, when Olivia Rodrigo brought out The Cure's Robert Smith. Meanwhile, Paul McCartney was also there with Mescal and who is set to portray in Sam Mendes' forthcoming Beatles saga. So he took Paul McCartney. It's just the whole, like, celebrities were just with celebrities. Abrams also was there stage side with Olivia Rodrigo's boyfriend while she performed. And then we also had other celebrities like Mr. Harry Styles, Charlie Alexa Chung, the Queen of Glastonbury herself, of course, Eddie Redmayne, probably
every British celebrity you can think of.
So what I really want to talk about is like the kind of the major things that happened there. Harry Styles seen making out with this girl, which
apparently she's like a music producer or something.
Yeah, she's in the industry. I just want to say that, like,
I love that for him.
I
love him.
Okay, no. I support having fun, but it did not look fun.
The makeout
session? They looked really like intoxicated, that it was just like they were fighting with each other. It wasn't.
Oh, really? I didn't see a video. I just saw pictures.
Oh, no, there's a video.
Oh, really?
It looks like they were probably both like like a little drunk, and they were just like vibing.
That's funny.
Then we also had this moment, which I kind of mentioned here, where Olivia Rodrigo brings out The Cure's Robert Smith to play with her. Super cool for her. I'll get back to her in a little bit. We also had Matt Healy trolling during his 1975 performance. He kind of, I'm not going to quote it because I don't really know it, but he basically said that, you know, I am the world's best songwriter. Some would say a poet, AKA we all know that Taylor Swift's album, The Tortured Poets Department, was inspired by him. So I'm pretty sure he's like, well, what do I say to get a headline this week? Yeah.
But they did so good, the 1975. I'm proud of them and him because he said that he'd always wanted to perform in Glastonbury, and they did it. And they did really good. Also, Charlie XCX killed it. It was 1975, Charlie XCX headliners, and then Olivia Rodrigo.
And then, you know, one of the most coveted headliners this summer, we have Olivia Rodrigo. And when I tell you this woman is getting praises, no bad criticism.
No,
and,
she got like 5 stars from like every major publication.
Yeah.
Like, I think a lot of people are surprised because they just see her as like a young pop girl, but I think she's trying to get into that whole rock star arena. And I think with the Robert Smith performance, like, he is in love with her. Like, he loves her so much. And I read somewhere he doesn't really like to perform with a lot of people a lot of the times. But I think that she just killed it. A lot of people on TikTok that I've seen who are just attending Glastonbury, they were like, oh, I wasn't really looking forward to her set because it's like kids.
Olivia.
But they're like, whoa, like, she is a rock star.
Yeah.
And I'm just so happy for her. I think that, you know, how cool to like get all this praise in the country of your boyfriend. I think they also love that she's just like embraces the British culture and all that stuff. And no, yeah, she did a really good job. I really liked her.
And her boyfriend posted
Smith's.
for the first time about her, congratulating her on her big thing, and that's super cute.
That's a man right there. That's a secure man right there.
But yeah, so I would definitely check out her set.
A lot of people, though, are making fun of the situation because when Gracie Abrams performed, she did a cover of The Cure's Just Like Heaven. And then, obviously, Olivia Rodrigo performed with The Cure. And everyone was like, there is no comparison.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are, like, trolling Gracie Abrams online
So Gracie
right now.
Abrams, I saw that a lot of people are saying that her singing voice is really forced with the breathing.
Like, she, like, takes a lot of breaths. But I think that's just her way of singing.
Yeah,
it's like
but they're saying they're gonna
singing.
Like damage. Like it's not natural.
It's not like good for your vocal cords.
So it's okay.
You have to use your diaphragm. That's why.
That's why people.
But also, Olivia was performing in BST Hyde. She was performing somewhere across the pond, and what's her name? Sabrina Carpenter was in attendance. So kind of.
They're cool.
They're cool. They're besties. Sabrina Carpenter actually going to perform at that Hyde thing. And I'm curious since, I mean, obviously Glastonbury, it's kind of, I think there's weekend 2 this weekend.
Possibly.
I wonder who Olivia Rodrigo is going to bring out. I hope she brings out Sabrina Carpenter. Imagine if she brought out Sabrina Carpenter.
Epic, and they sang driver's license. No, that would be so epic, but I'm pretty sure her set is going to have even more people after the great reviews that she got.
It's going to be probably rock stars.
Yeah.
She could be the next rock star.
Yeah. Who's like, when you think of like female rock stars, who do you think? It's a hard one.
I don't know. It just kind of depends. I mean, Stevie Nicks is a rock star, but it depends on how you think of it, because some people can think she's very pop, but I think she's rock and roll.
No, yeah, I think that's a great, actually, I didn't even think of her. That's a great comparison.
Stevie Nicks.
Good job, Brenda. Yeah, but I like that for her. Yes. Good job, Olivia Rodrigo. We're probably just going to be waiting. Let's see who
I need to watch. Like, I'm curious if BBC streams. Kind of, you know how like Coachella and all them stream it? I want to see a stream of Glastonbury.
But yeah, that's kind of the wrap for what we had. It is a holiday weekend, so enjoy it and listen to our podcast while you grill some hot dogs. While you grill some hot dogs. But that does it for us. We will not be having an episode next week. We're kind of going on like vacation.
next week?
Yeah.
Is it next week?
It's 2 weeks for me. 2 weekends for me.
Oh, 2 weekends for you. Yes,
yeah,
we are going to be in a little bit of a hiatus.
I guess a summer hiatus. We too deserve a summer fun.
Yeah.
Just like everyone else. But we'll be keeping you guys updated on anything that changes.
See you later.
Bye, guys.